Hello, my name is Wahid Lutfi. I'm here to serve you at my YouTube channel, which is MyWebUniversity. And also, I have about more than 1.8K videos, as you can see here. Basically, I'm offering you free online courses in the topics of computer science related courses, which I have also taught at the universities of National University, Cal State Fullerton, Computer Learning Center, and then also Pasadena City College as part-time instructor. But at the same time, I'm offering these courses online on YouTube to just make your development skill and your career better and sharpen your skills and up to date with a lot of the IT related topics. So you can see here on my playlist, a lot of them are there in different list of courses that I have, whether it's programming, operating system, database, software engineering, and there's some discussion. And just for operating system, I have talked about Unix operating system, Linux operating system, different distribution of Linux operating system, as well as Windows operating system, and Python programming, C++, PowerShell, a lot of other related topics are on these videos. You're welcome to watch them and learn it. So today I'm going to be talking about another video which I made last time about Llama. It stands for Large Language Model Meta AI. And everybody's talking about ChatGPT and everything else, OpenAI model of ChatGPT as well as Llama. Llama is the large language model, a Meta AI model for the open source community that is free and it's offered by Ollama or ollama.com website, and you can get it there. So let's get started on that session today. I'm going to be showing you on Windows. The previous video that I mentioned here was on Windows, Linux, Red Hat, and Linux Ubuntu, which is a little bit more comprehensive than just one platform. But today I'm going to only cover Windows operating system. And that means that, yes, you can run Ollama large language models locally on your Windows PC. In this case, it's Windows 11, but yes, you can run it on Windows 10 platform as well. All you need is some resources like memory and CPU and GPU. GPU is also some of the modern computers nowadays have it, but as long as you have enough storage for disk space to run these large language models, and also having memory to run these models when you load it onto memory so you can ask questions and chat with it, then you're set to go. So let's get started with this one. And the topic is, yes, you can run Ollama large language models locally on your Windows PC. And this video is talking about Windows 11 operating system in particular, but yes, you can run it on Mac platform, which is Unix, BSD and distribution, and also you can run it on Linux, Red Hat, for example, which is Fedora, Linux Rocky, Linux Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a Linux Debian distribution, and Fedora is also Fedora, Red Hat, and then Rocky and CentOS. OS. All of them were under Fedora distribution. So you're going to just learn these platforms, and this one I'm going to be discussing about how to run it on your Windows personal computer. PC, as you know, is a stand for personal computer, and LLMs is stand for large language models, and this is a total of them, whatever the number you have. The website is called ollama.com, which I'm going to show you later, and the binary that you're going to download is also called Ollama. So once you have Ollama command line, you can run it from the command line, as well as there's a GUI interface on the models. You can ask questions and all of that one. But I'm going to show you all the command line syntax here. because that's the fastest you can get online and just ask question on the chat. It's very easy, very intuitive, and very productive. The nice thing about it is because it's Ollama is open source and it's all free. It is open source platform that does a large language model Meta AI, and this platform is completely free. And when you go to ollama.com, you can see this logo. At the same time, you have a download page, which is available for macOS operating system, Windows, and Linux platform. All of them is there. The main one is GPT-OSS that you can get that model, or which is about 13 gig in size. Some of them I will show you in detail, but some of them, there's a lot of models, including DeepSeek, Llama 3.1, Llama 3.2. There's a lot of things for Google, a lot of them for Python, Node.js. The whole thing is just written in Python. So it is a lot of the TensorFlow and other modules that you're using, NumPy, regular expression, all of those ones that if you watch my other videos that I have discussed, and there's a lot of great videos on the internet, on YouTube, from other developers and other YouTubers that they are posting. You should watch them, and they're all free, and it is going to help you big time for your development and for your college careers and life in general, colleges courses. So let's get to the next one. This was the video that I made for Windows operating system, Linux, Red Hat, and Ubuntu. On these three platforms, which is Windows 11, Linux, I had the Fedora distribution of Red Hat, which is 9.2, and Ubuntu is 24.02, latest long-term support versions. So I just demonstrated that one. If you watch that one, do that video, is about 2 hours and 11 minutes. So let's get started with this video and talk about what does that stand for, Ollama. Well, Llama, which is this L is like kind of silent, so you just say Llama. Llama stands for Large Language Model Meta AI. You can never just get these words and just translate it to exactly one-on-one match or mapping it to say, okay, L is for stand for large, and then there's another L for language, and then M is for model, and then A is for AI, but then where's I? So you just say that this is a Llama. This one was the original open source kind of things that was released for large language model, and that was released by Meta. And then obviously every company that they bring it as like the language that is being open, or just even if it is not open, it is free at some point. And then if you just get like an account to just pay the account, then obviously they charge you for different type of activity. So if you run your business or some large kind of request every day, every hour, then they just want you to have an account that is paid for. However, Llama is completely free on the one that I'm going to show you, which is called Ollama. Ollama is completely free, and it's called by, offered by ollama.com. You see this website, it's a secure page, https://ollama.com, and then this is a secure page. You can see the private key, public key, TLS SSL certificate, and then this stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. This SS means secure, so the data between you and the website server is basically going in encryption mode, and you're safe to do downloads and click on the models, and then look at the libraries, all of that one, search for the models and just download them for Mac, Windows, or Linux. However, the models that are there, you just have to understand them to say what is the size of it. If you don't have maybe 13 gig of memory on your CPU, on memory, sorry, on memory, you don't have 13 gig available, then you don't download the one that is by default OPT-2 I'm sorry, GPT-OSS, because that one is about 13 gigabyte in size. So you might just want to download the Llama version 3.1 or 3.2 that is smaller, that meets your requirement for the memory. And then obviously the disk space is like 10 gig, 20 gig or larger, sometimes depending on how many models you're going to download. So you have to be careful to say that you're not running out of the hard disk space for other application and operating system activity. Make sure you have enough disk space to do it. So some of the resources that you need on your local PC, or mainly storage, which is the disk space that you can download these large language models, as well as the memory to load these models so you can chat with it. And then what is Ollama? Ollama is an open source platform designed for running large language models directly on your local computer. And it's completely free. That's the nice thing about it. So it is just completely free. It is going to be at no cost to you, and it is open source. And then it's also for a large language model support. So every large language model support, whether it is the Meta Llama version, or maybe it's GPT OSS for the Ollama, that is similar to the GPT or Chat GPT version, or maybe the DeepSeek version or some other large language model. They are all, once you go on here, download them, they're free. So you can use your own resource locally, and it is free to you to use them. And then you can just maybe save them and send it to back to Llama for a kind of customized version. So this one I'm going to show you. Yes, you can run Ollama or Llama. Ollama is the binary that you're going to download, which is the large language model on your Windows platform. As you can see on this page, I just basically had the desktop of my Windows platform with all the icons and all the kind of desktop interface background and the date and everything, just to show you that, yes, we're gonna just do this one fully on the Windows operating system, which is in this case Windows 11. As you can see, the desktop background wallpaper, and also you can see that I'm doing this logo of OpenAI. I'm sorry, not OpenAI, Ollama, on the from ollama.com site with this logo, and then the download page, and then it says chat and build with open models. Open model meaning that it's open source, so you can just run them. And then right here, I'm just showing basically demo for Windows 11 platform. That means I have a Windows platform, and this software that I download is gonna just fully be running on my host operating system, Windows 11. So that's basically the part of this Windows here. And then this one, it just says Llama stands for Large Language Model Meta AI. So you can see the L is silent, but Llama is stand for Large Language Model AI. I repeat it again. Sometimes for the Ollama, if you forgot the name, what does Ollama stand for? Llama, let me just go back here and show you. Like here, you can see Ollama, right? Ollama, on that one, if you go right here, let's go to Ollama. I'm going to just tell you why this is important to remember some of these names. People are going to say every day there's IT related things. Technologies keep changing on us, and then there's a lot of AI stuff. There's a lot of Chat GPT. There's a lot of OpenAI model that OpenAI.com created the Chat GPT, and now Ollama is doing it. Meta is doing the llama, and then DeepSeek. How many of them I have to remember? Yeah, I think it is tough to just remember, keep remembering the syntax, the semantics, why you're doing this one, how to download them, how to install them, how to configure them, how to run each models, how to ask question. A lot of them is just a knowledge that you're going to acquire or learn through your lifespan, and spend some of your time to just learn it. But look at this ollama, right? So if you forgot this ollama, was it called something else? If you don't touch it like 2 months or 3 months, then nobody's gonna remember these names. But the way you associate this kind of name is that if you could just associate it with another name that's familiar with you. So for example, ollama, you can associate it with Obama, President of the United States. And instead of the B, you could just replace it to double L. So Obama, and now you know, okay, every time I forgot the name, I know that B is going to be replaced to L. Now I know the command line ollama. So that's how easy it is for you to remember. And then we went through these pages, so I'm going to just continue here. And then right here, we were there, and I was talking about a large language model, AI, Llama, and that is the Meta for Facebook, formerly known as Facebook, Meta company, and now known as Meta. And this one is also the Ollama website, the logo. So it's just basically, this is the website called https://ollama.com. And then they have models, they have GitHub, Discord. Under the GitHub, there's a lot of documentation. Also right here on the bottom, you see this docs. It's kind of hidden, small, very small, but you can just click on it and get a lot of documentation. The docs are not showing here, but at the bottom it shows here. And there's other pages like download that takes you to this page, and that's also there, that's repeated, blog, and then docs, and then GitHub, and Discord is this right here that's also there, and then X Twitter, and then contact us. So some of the information, if it is not just exactly there for documentation, you can also go /library or click on the models and just open each page, and then you could get it. So this is the main page that I just had it here to just display it for you. I'm going to go there and I'll show you what does it look like. But before I go there, I just also wanted to show you this slide. And this one, I'm just showing you that once you are on Windows command line, which is either PowerShell or Windows DOS command prompt, so you could type in ollama if you had installed it, just by pressing ollama, you don't have to even type in help to get this information. So by default, if you type in ollama, then you will just get this information here. Remember, if you type forgot the ollama, remember the name of the President of the United States, Obama, and just change the B to double L. Now you know the name of this command. Ollama followed by help or /? Or just ollama itself will give you all these list of commands. And as you can see, ollama and then flags, and then ollama and then commands. So if you say ollama, for example, serve, it will start it. Ollama create, it will create a model. Ollama show, it will show you information for the model that you're doing it, for the system, for the template, a lot of parameters there. If you just say ollama show, then you don't give, like, for example, info, then it's not going to show the information, but it's going to give you a list of values to say which one you want to see, the template, the info, the system, anything else like license, you do ollama show license. And then ollama run is similar to ollama pull. Pull is when you're just not having an instance of the large language model. You want to just pull it from the repository of ollama website, which is ollama.com /models. All the repository are there. All those large language models are there. When you use the ollama followed by pull command, and then the large language model, you just are downloading it for the first time. But once you download it, you don't have to pull it the second time. You just run it. You say ollama run and then the large language model. However, if you don't want to use the pull and then you just say ollama run and followed by the large language model, the system is smart enough to say, okay, ollama is the executable, the argument was passed was a run. Now I'm going to check if he doesn't have it, he or she does not have it locally, then I'm going to go pull it. So it does pull first and then run it, open it for you second. But if you have it open locally, it doesn't check on the internet. So when you're running it, then you don't have to be on the internet. Meaning that if the model is locally to your PC, it opens it from the PC. But if you don't have it on the internet, yes, you have to be on the internet. People say, why is it saying that it's locally? But then whenever I don't have the model, I cannot download it. Yes, the pull and run command only checks if the model is downloaded on your PC already. So it's you just download it one time and then you run them at any time you want them. You don't have to be on the internet when you run them if you had downloaded on your local disk drive. So the ollama push is also if you modify something or you create something, you can push it into the repository. Ollama list is to list all of them. Ollama process to check the processes of the running ollama large language model, and then copy to copy a model, as you can see, RM to remove the model. If you just no longer need it, you could do ollama RM and then followed by a large language model. And then you can also get ollama help like this to get the help. -H also does that, -H help does it, -V for version, and so on. So all of that information is very useful. I'm going to show you now in detail how you could just do it. So let's just say I'm going to demonstrate on this window. Let me size this window for you so I just don't have zoom in front of my eyes. I think that is good enough in that size. And okay, so here I'm going to clear my screen. I'm on a host name called algorithm. And then this one is get-host. It's a PowerShell version 7.52 running here. So if I do this one, or I could just use this one as an object on PowerShell, and I say, only show me the version and detail. You can see this whole get-host name from PowerShell command line, it is giving you kind of a key value pair hash table. So whenever you run the get-host command, it just says this is the information. But this is my PowerShell version, not operating system version. So if you want to know what operating system you're running, you type in system info and then find string. That's another command, I/ignore, and then you say OS name. So this one is saying that run the system information with the find string /I and OS and then a name, then you get that information from the operating system level. Okay, sometimes I like to just make this one and this large screen, I mean the directory structure to go away because if I just make a kind of short from this long video, because people love to see a short video of 1 minute rather than 1 hour and to just learn something, right? So I make short from my long videos and then I post it. But these information, sometimes with short, you could get a lot of information missing or kind of not clean. So I'm gonna make a direct /cd here and then clear and then run this command here. Now you can see that information is more clear on the right side. And then if I just have to make a short out of it, and I could do that one. Also, you can resize this window a little bit smaller because that was too big. So I could run it like that. And then you could see now it is definitely going to fit nice on a short information, just to help you guys out. But in addition, so I know that my operating system in this case is Microsoft Windows 11. And then that's great. And so I say, and build version is 10.0, but the OS version is Microsoft Windows 11 Professional Edition. There's home version and there's professional edition, and then you can run Ollama on Windows 10. The important thing is you have to have disk space and also memory. So I told you that you can get disk space, operating system information. Let's get about memory. I said, what kind of memory I have? So you can do find a string on that system information. This is a pipe symbol. This is a pipe symbol. It says run the system information, then find the string with ignoring case memory. So I could even shorten it to just mem. That's good enough, and it will find the same information, and it's gonna pass on saying that you have a total physical memory of 32 gig, available physical memory 19 gig. That means I can run some large language model that are less than 19 or 18 gig. I can still test them. And once I'm done with it, I just release it. These virtual memory max sizes, you can see, these are the size of heap that could grow and shrink as you load these large language models. So they're a kind of helper to the physical memory that you can just get a little bit more virtual. They are based on memory, virtual. They're not physical. So there doesn't exist. If you just turn off your computer, this data that was loaded, it just disappears. But if you are writing to the hard disk, the physical memory is always available on the memory in terms of loaded application. However, when you turn off the computer, and they are also gone. However, and what you write on the C drive on the hard disk is always permanent. So if you go to a file manager here, for example, you can see on this PC, if I go right here, say this PC, and then right click here and say properties, you can see that the amount of storage that I have is about 109 gig free available. And all of that information, that whatever other application and operating system and documentation and storage that I'm using, I just have to be careful that I have enough for each of those large language model. I could do that one. And also, if you just open a command prompt with DOS here, disk operating system, you could also do a directory command, and it tells you that how much of memory is free here. So you can get that information from command line. Whether you run this command from command line like ollama, once you load it, you can see here, if I just maximize this one, and that this directory does not matter where I am at. So I could just cd to root partition and C drive, and then just do CLS is the clear screen for DOS, disk operating system. Clear is for PowerShell. So if I do PowerShell command clear, it's not going to work. But if I just run PowerShell here, then I say clear, it's going to work. If I exit out of PowerShell, now I'm on DOS command prompt, so I can just open another command prompt here by CMD. And then just now I exit out of that one, I do a clear screen. This one works that way. So I just showed you like system information. You can just get all of that information here also. This is command prompt of I'm sorry, command prompt of Windows, the DOS disk operating system, the old one. So if you just say, give me more, then you can just find out information about those related stuff. At the same time, some of the command like hostname is going to do that on clear screen, does it, dir command does it. A lot of the commands that you're running on that information like system info, and if you just say find /i, if I do find a string /i and then say OS name, and then it's going to find the string, is still finding it. And you can also use the find command, but the find command is not available on PowerShell. So you have to be careful to say which command you want to use at what level. Notice the find command itself it is just doing exact match with this string. However, find a string is like a egrep command on Linux, which means that it looks at each string followed by the next string. So it matches all the occurrence of OS. It also matches all the occurrence of name, and it gives you multiple like egrep. It stands for extended global regular expression print. Find is like just grep command. Find a string is like egrep, extended global regular expression print, matching multiple string. So you know this, the commands, I'm going to exit out of this one, and you can see here, you can also get some of this information. So I showed you on the memory part here, and that you have this much memory. And then if you say, okay, how about a CPU or model? What type of CPU I have? Then you can get that information from CPU also, Intel 64, and then it's 3.4 gigahertz, and it is many IT11 generation. So you can also go here, say about page. The Windows about page is also similar to like system information, but it is a little bit intuitive in terms of graphical interface. So you can see it is the system name is algorithm, like you type in host name to get that one, or system information, look for a name that matches. And then the processor, you can see 11 generation, and then an installed RAM and device ID, all the details are there. In addition, if you want to see what version of Windows 11 you have the Windows 11 professional version. And then the build is 24H2. And then OS build is 26100, which was showing on the command line CMD or system info with the build version. So you can see the manufacturer is GeekOM. It's a very good mini computer. I love it. If you just like those ones, I had made a video. It is really good, and it has 32 gig. It's pretty good price. It beats a lot of the Mac and Windows that are very, very expensive PCs. But this one is very, very top of the line. It's small, compact, mini PC. So it is really, really small, and it is very resource efficient, as well as calm, and does not require any kind of special air conditioning. So it is running off of my home. So it is pretty good. And now for the system resources, I showed you this. And then also you could go to system devices, right? System information, or on the system information, there's a lot of the pages. You can see like Microsoft Windows 11. This is similar to the command line of system info. So you can get it from the command line as well as here. And then at the same time, if you look for on the search, you type in device manager, and then click on this device manager. Now you're seeing all your resources, all your hardware devices, including computers, display, firmware, keyboard, and monitors, and so on. One of the resources that you need to check is the processors. On the processor, when you double click, you say, oh, I have the 11 generation, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. That is all 3.8, 3.4 gigahertz, 8 cores. So it is running pretty fast and pretty efficient. At the same time, if you're running it on Linux platform or a Windows platform, then you can create virtual machines like I did last time here. On this one is VirtualBox that I downloaded, and then I did Ubuntu, and I did Algorithm, which is Red Hat and Rocky, and then Sun Solaris 11 and Red Hat 8.9. So a lot of these VMs, I can just use my resources. For example, on the Algorithm, I just gave you, last time I showed you the display is set, and then I'm using base memory of 16 gig. So the large language model that I could do that one is there. Similarly for Ubuntu, if I just go on the system, I see that the base memory is 16 gig, and the number of processors 4 out of 8. So you can allocate these resources and then make sure that when you're starting them, your system runs efficient. So how do you check that when that system is efficient? For example, right now, I'm not doing any large language model. So I say ollama, and then I say list. It says that this is the one that is there, right? Ollama list. But am I running it? To find out that one, you just type in ollama PS. That means it's not running. So if I just go to ollama and then I want to say run it, now I have to say ollama followed by a model. The model name is llama 3.2 because it's already loaded and it's 2 GB in memory. So if I just open another shell here and just say, and go to the clear screen and say system info and then find string/i and then type memory here, then now you can see this program is, I have about 19 GB available. So I'm going to just load that one. And then after it loads it, 2 GB is going to be given to this Llama 3.2 large language model. Now the chat is open for me. But if I just run the same command again, say, okay, am I having 19 gig? No, I'm going to have 16 gig something because 2 point some gig was allocated for the Llama project here. So now I just could ask to say, what is, let's ask the question of what is pi value. So we could just ask a simple question and it says that pi value is 3.14159 and it give you that number there. So look how efficient it's there. And then sometimes it goes on, and if you just don't stop it, it is gonna give you a lot of information, but I don't need that much information. Then you can do Control C and say in short, what is pi value? So then it's gonna give you one line answer, and then you can get that one really good. Or you could say in short, what is the age of universe? And then you could just get one question and then one answer, 13.8 billions there. Or in short, what is the age of Earth? And then you can get that 4.5 billion. But notice these are approximate. So it says the Earth is approximately 4.54 billion years. That means that it does not know exactly if it's 4.5 billion and 139 years and maybe 600 months or 2 days and 5 hours and 3 seconds and 2 nanoseconds. None of that one it's approximate, very, very big number, right? So to be exact, is only God knows. God is the creator of the universe and the creator of Earth. God knows exactly in nanosecond what it is. So some of these questions, though, if you just are asking like, can you write me a PowerShell script to add 2 numbers, and then you just ask a simple question like that, you could write it yourself, but look at how efficient it writes you the scripting language, whether it's PowerShell, Python, Swift, Go language, any programming language, HTML, CSS, or just ask general idea stuff on those ones, or formulas for math or formulas for chemistry. A lot of those ones, right away, it gives you very, very efficient answer. So like at the top of it, if you just say, can you write a lambda function in Python to multiply, this time multiply 3 numbers. So look at how fast it writes it for you. And then it writes those lambda function. Lambda function are basically in mathematics and computer science are functions that does not have a name. Like define the multiply function or anything. But whenever you pass on the parameters to lambda function, and then it does the return of x times y times z, and these are the x, y, z or parameters, the values are defined on multiple trees. So then when you call the multiple trees and then you multiply those ones, it will give you a result here. So that is very efficient here. And then you can also use the different function to call them later on the main. So if you just say, I mentioned like chemistry, say, what is H2O, for example. It's very, very efficient. And then you could even ask them to draw a structure of something. For example, and let's say, can you draw the structure of a benzene, which is C6H6 from high school. I remember that one. We were talking about, and our teacher was drawing it. But look how efficient it does that. It's really nice. But again, this is the problem with large language models. A lot of the public figures that you're asking question, that it's like who is Obama, and it will talk about it. Who is President Reagan, we're going to talk about it. Who is John F. Kennedy is going to talk about it. But who is Bill Gates or something, that is public figure is going to talk. If you ask a specific question, it's not going to know it. Or if you ask about Google, for example, because Google has been a search engine forever, then it's going to just know a lot about it. But if you ask for a specific website, it does not connect to the internet to find out that specific website. So some of the questions of like, what was the news yesterday on the Freeway 5, it's not going to know that. The news or and things that are current are not in the Llama project, because it's a large language model that was based on the year that the snapshot of the large language model was created. Big data was used at that time. So it does not show you that kind of information. But in terms of other question, it's going to give you any detail. So how do you pull something? Let me just say, here, if I just say list, now I know that this one is there. If I say show, then notice that I told you that if you do /show to show the models, then I did not give any parameter for the show. And then it's going to say, do you want show information or show system or show templates or show license? So if I just say, let's say show info, then it's going to give me the model that I have currently loaded, which is the architecture. And that tells me how many parameters are there, 3.2 billion parameters. And then the size of it, and if you could say /list here, you can see that this model, the size is 2 GB in size, the hard disk space. And it was downloaded 5 days ago. Currently it is running. So if I say, let's say I just want to get out of here and or stop it later, I want to just show you the difference when you are not asking question. You want to just say, okay, you could also say clear meaning that clear all my information that I was asking, so I start fresh. But you can also do you don't have to say clear. If you type in clear command itself, it's going to be a question. But if you say syntax-wise / that command, and then it's going to give you that information. Like I showed you, show info. Now there's no model loaded, but the model actually I have not stopped it, so it still shows that one. But if I say show system, you can see that no system messages. And show template, and it's going to give you a lot more information, / show license, and it's a lot of details. So at this time, if I say question mark saying that give me all the parameters, I could do the set, I could do the show, the save, and clear. Look at how nice, easy the list of commands are there, right? So shortcuts is question mark or just /help. So if I just type in /help, it gives me the same thing. But if I just say save that model, then I can have it and then I can push it later. I don't need to save it. So I'm going to say, go ahead, buy and exit out. Now I'm on the main command. I say ollama, and then I say PS. That model is still loaded. That means if I just get into ollama and open sort of question, I can do that one. But I say, let me stop that one. Then I say ollama stop, and then the name of the large language model. So stop is just saying that what do you want to stop. If you have 10 other large language model, you have to give the name of the unique one that you want to stop. Now it is there, ollama PS is not going to show anymore. That means I stop it. If I want to just remove that one, I could just change the stop to RM, and then it's going to be gone. Now it's deleted. Now if I say ollama a list, it's nothing there. I don't have one. So in order for me to get that one back, I say ollama. Now I have to be on the internet to pull it. And then I just say which version I want. Let's say I want the same version. I just do a pull. I could have done run, and then run would just call the pull and then do it for me. But pull is going to download it and it's not going to load it for you. So then you have to follow it with ollama run command to run it and there. That's the difference. But if you do ollama run is going to check locally on your machine, and the large language model is not on your machine. It's going to pull it first, and then it's going to run it. But if you just say, okay, ollama run, and if it is found on your local machine, it's going to just load it again there. So notice that it is there, and then now I just pulled it, right? I just pulled it. The size of the disk is still kind of the 2 gig is now being used again, but the memory is okay. So if I say system information memory, now I should have 19 again, 19 point something right here, 1979. So if I say ollama run and then the large language model, now this memory is going to just get smaller. So if I just say go ahead buy here, don't run anything, and say show me the memory here, you can see the memory is smaller now because I loaded it there. And if I just follow this ollama command with PS to see the process, that one is running here. Say ollama itself, and then say ollama list. It's there, ollama run, and then LLM A 3.2. Then it's going to, I missed that A here after ollama. So you have to type in the syntax as it is. Now it is open, right? So here I could just say, okay, and that's great. Can I ask a question like, what is git host? You could just type in the git-host. It is going to just explain it to you like a PowerShell help command, and that it's there. Look at that, host name, and then git-host give you the version of operating system, and if you run it as object, all of that things that I had showed you on other video, it is going to explain you here. At the same time, let's say I say, what is curl command? So then it tells you the curl there, and then just curl secure FTP, secure copy, TFTP, transient FTP, and then trivial FTP, file transfer protocol. All of those ones are related stuff that you could pull information from one host or one URL to another machine. So as an example, if I just say Control C out here, and then say clear is not a command, so I'm going to say clear here. I'm going to say bye, and then I say here curl HTTP as google.com. Now notice that I just get the browser from google.com page and that information. But if I try without the then it's gonna say, actually, this URL moved to www.google. You have to type in this. So for some reason, Google did not want it to just respond to google.com. However, if I just do this one to like my website, say www.mywebuniversity.com, it's gonna just open it there. At the same time, if I just say do it without the can it open it? Yes, it does. So depend on what you allow, what you don't allow, and how your web server is referencing the document root directory. It responds to that one. But notice these are HTTPS requests. So if I just get to a website, let's say I'm going to say table of one content.html. I know that that was my online book that is the direct path to Linux Ubuntu, which is 15 chapters. So if I go here and say go to www.mywebuniversity.com and then click here the direct path to Linux Ubuntu, this is that page right here. That is a table of content for the whole thing, which is 15 chapters, and I just open it through this. So now if I just say, okay, great, so can I just give another name, like something that does not exist? Let's say called Wahid, for sure that it doesn't exist. Now this is, it goes to the page not found, and it opens this page. So if I just go on the browser here, and then just type in something here, wahid.html, and then it says that, okay, go to this main page, table of contents, Wahid, and it just brings you this page. So the page not found is just, I just take him to another page, which is my main page for teaching that stuff a long time ago. So if you go to the home page, you can go that one. And then a lot of these details, you are doing this one. So at the same time, if like you do curl, let's say google.com. So notice that it says this page is not found. Now, if you just do this one information, and then you just say ollama, run this model, then you're getting there, and then you just say this curl command, say, what does this do? It is going to tell you that command will attempt to run HTTP request to Google website and display this. However, the curl command line is to won't directly display the content because the content has moved, right? And then they say curl -s would and bash would work, and then curl -o is google.html. This -o is saying create an output google.html from this one. So this output that we are doing here, if I just do, for example, here curl -o google.html and then https google.com. So basically, we're seeing that -o and then http google.com. Notice accesses the path group is denied. Oh, because I'm on the C drive, and then I need to go to temp directory so I can write to that file. Now I created the file google.html because with the regular user, you don't have access to write to the C drive, and you have to log in as administrator, and then just open a terminal and say log in as the administrator, which is like on this. You could say terminal, and when you right click here, you just say run as administrator, and then you just give yourself higher privilege. Now, if I just go to even C drive and say Google, not Google curl -o for output is new.html and say https http colon not actually google.com, because I want to show you the difference. Now say get dash content and then new.html. You can see here it opens that page for you with the output here. So I just delete that file, say delete new.html, and then now it's gone. So I close this window, and then here for the large language model, it was saying that you can run it with this or -s on bash, and then do the same thing here source. So the fact that we did this one, if we do this syntax here and then try say curl www.google, it will just work, and because that syntax is going to allow you, and it says, okay, yeah, this page is going to open Google website and no errors. But also you can give output of an error and then say, well, it is not working, what should I do? For example, you could say clear here and say /clear. Okay, it's cleared already. I could say how to generate a self-signed certificate for my website, example.com. So you can ask a question on that example.com, and it tells you to open SSL command with the CSR certificate. The CSR is the original certificate, and then .key is the private key, and .cert is the actual certificate that is having the certificate of authority. So all of these ones you can see generated open SSL from the first you create the CSR, and then you create the server.key with the size of the key, and then from that one you create the CRT file right here, -out x509 is the parameters. So all of that ones, see how example is there, and then it gives you virtual host syntax with port 443. Once you install it, you can just listen to example.com and all of that. So for people that are new to the website design, these are software that you could do it. But a lot of these details, you have to be very careful, because they're giving you knowledge that they're assuming that you know something. And if you just don't know it, it is going to be too much overwhelming, saying which part of this one I'm going to try on my server. The easy to do is to ask one question very specifically and try to find out there. Whether you use ChatGPT, OpenAI, or you use Llama, it's your choice. I'm not going to tell you which one is better or which one is best for you, but you determine that one, your choice. I'm going to just be showing you these ones, and I hope you learn something here. So I'm gonna just pull another storage. I'm gonna just say, this time I'm gonna say /by here, and clear screen, say ollama ps, and ollama ps, and then you can see that one is running. I want to get one more, an ollama. This time I'm going to get a bigger one. I'm going to use the run command, and I say gpt-oss 20 billion parameters. So that one is basically getting downloaded. Notice the size is 13 gig. 13 gig is really huge. So once I have that one, in terms of the disk space also, if I say ollama list, you can see here the first one is 2 gigabyte in size. The other one is larger because it's 13 gigabyte, right? So once that one is loaded, I have to look at my disk space and memory. So at this time, if I go on this one and say refresh this screen here, and then you can see on the properties is 106 available. Currently 106 as gigabyte. I'm gonna just say, okay, after this one is downloaded, how much is there? So also I'm going to say system info, find a string, string/I. I'm going to look at memory to see in comparison. Once that program is loaded, right now I have about 15 gig because I'm loading some programs, some of them are not. So 15 gig, but then this one is about 13 gigabyte of memory that is needed. So once it's done and size how much it's there, we are going to run these commands to run it to compare them here. At the same time, if I want to just be a little bit more efficient, it makes sense for me to stop the other one, because the other one that I'm not using it should not take another 2 GB of memory here, 2.8 gig in size. So I'm going to say ollama PS, and then it's there that is loaded. So ollama stop, and then llama 3.2. 3.2. Now I stop that one, and if I do a PS again, it is stopped. And then if I say ollama list, it says that okay, this one is only downloaded, but it is not loaded onto memory. It is only available for me to run it. The other one, it is still 57% done. So I'm going to just show you this. And now, in terms of memory efficiency, if I run this command, notice 15 gig increased a little bit in terms of availability. It changed to 18 gig. Because of that 2.8 gig that was loaded here, it is not loaded because I stopped it, right? So let's just look at this one. This one, I'm going to pause it for a second because it's still 68%, so I don't want you to wait with me on this one, and then we can do it after. I just remembered, since I am waiting for that model to be loaded, what I could do is just go to ollama.com website and click on models. You can see all the models here there. So you can see the name of the model, GPTs. This is the one that we are just downloading in DeepSeek R1, Gamma, and then all of that one, you can also read the definition. And for each one of them, if you just, for example, this one we downloaded already, we used it. So if you just click on it, Llama 3.2, then it tells you that it is either 1 billion parameters or 3 billion parameters. And then the size of them are saying 2 gig and 1.3 gig and 2 gig, depending on what year that you downloaded, and they're built by Meta, which was formerly known as Facebook. And then it's large language model, and it tells you all the details and 3 billion parameters. So any information, like you can see ollama run, and then run it there, 1 billion parameters, and then benchmark, all of that details are here for that one. And similarly, if you want to see the DeepSeek, for example, look at the DeepSeek. You could just do ollama run and then DeepSeek, or ollama pull DeepSeek-R1, and it will pull it for you. The size is important, that how much gig is there. So you want a smaller one, you have to download these ones, depending on your storage and memory, how much you want to allocate it. And this one, it tells you what is DeepSeek has received a minor version of upgrade DeepSeek R1. And it has a lot of statistic in terms of the model itself. And then the licensing information. Also, notice that when you click on the model, you are on the search, but you can also directly go to library, and then that will just show you the same page here, / the library. And then if you click on the download page, it's already detecting that I'm on a Windows platform. You can just download the page here. So download, and then if you are on Mac, you click on here. On Mac, click here, and then that's also a package. But on Linux, I showed you last time, you run this curl command, and then run it into a install.sh and pipe it to a Bourne shell. And then after that one, you get a ollama command line as executable link format, and then you run it, and then you're set to go. On Windows, you run ollama after opening ollama apps. So you just, once you install it, you just type in ollama here, and you can see the app comes in. And then if you run the app, it's going to just give you this interface. You can run it from the command line, like I showed you, or right here, just ask there. And here's the models that you can also get it there. So you don't have to memorize anything. It's so intuitive, so easy to use. and so flexible at the same time. So now this model is downloaded and it is available. In terms of disk space, if I go back to the file manager and say, okay, show me from the file manager how much of disk space I'm using. If I refresh it, notice it's 95.2 because it was 106 before or 105. Now it is 95, so a lot of 13 gig or something in size. So that is why that one is there. At the same time, if you go on the command line here that I showed you here, you see the available memory. If there's still available memory, it's not going to be taken because we haven't loaded. We just said the command. No, actually, we did the command run. So when you do run, it pulls it and then loads it. That's why you have 7 gig. So everything is there. Now, if I just do this one, clear my screen and say ollama, run this one, and then at the same time I say ollama, yes, you can see that the program is loaded. And then at the same time, if I just say ollama list, and then it's gonna just say those are the one that you have. The one is size is 13 gig, that's why you have 7, and the other one is there. And then right here, when you run it, you're already into the command prompt to ask a question from GPTs OSS. So if I say show info, then it's going to say the GPT OSS is there, and it is 20.9 billion parameters, and then the context length. These are like text size, and then a number of pages or document books that you just read it at one time, context length. So quantization and all of that one is very important to know. But at the same time, if you just say slash list, and then you see that those are there, and then slash help, you can see all of these commands you can run against these models. So like, for example, if I just want to stop this one, right here is the name. So right here, say slash stop, and then I don't know if you could do it at this level. I haven't done it, but let me guess. That might be the right parameter. No. So the slash stop is outside of the model, which means that you have to say slash by here, and then say ollama, and then stop followed by the model number, and that will stop it. Now, ollama PS is going to show nothing is there. Ollama list is saying that these are there for you to load it. Since I stopped them, and now I get the memory back. So if I just run the command here, you can see the memory is back from 7 to a larger 21 gig and there. So that is this discussion. I hope you learned something, and please subscribe to our channel for more information. So every time I post it, you're going to get notified. I have more than 1.8K videos and these kind of topics. If you like this one, please subscribe and enjoy your day and help others by sharing. You care about other people's life, and that's how important it is to live in a community that we all care about each other. And so that is my kind of token to the community by providing this kind of support and help. And I hope you do the same thing someday. Everybody's going to help each other. And this is my website, my YouTube channel, and for C, which is this one for C channel. I'm having these videos in 4C as well, and you could hear me talking in 4C earlier. And then the same thing, I have videos in English. So if I switch that to this channel, and then you are going to see it there. At the same time, I want to, as a bonus, to drop off of this one, I want to show you one nice video that I posted today. Actually, it's for my son's website that he posted it today. I'm going to show you that one also. It is on this channel, and this video had more than 30,000 views in a couple of days, I believe. Let me just go to his channel, switch account, and this is it. And so there's a lot of nice video. Why is it not just opening? Oh, view your channel. So right here, this is his channel. And as a bonus, I want to show you one of the video that got 30,000. Let's see on shorts. Right here. This one is
You got about like 30 seconds. Yeah!
so on this video, his friend Muhammad Abuchi is telling Diego to say that, oh, you have 30 seconds. But he takes his time, and about 10 seconds, he passes the ball. So, and about less than 14 seconds, the whole video is just showing this action. Watch what happened.
You got about like 30 seconds. Yeah!
So that's one video that I kind of want to give you as a bonus to just enjoy for the day. And this is the other one that he posted sometime today. And then that's about maybe a few 7 hours or 10 hours. This one, he was sitting on this kind of wall, small wall, and then his coach um, passed the ball to him, and then he stopped it on his foot, right foot. And then let's see if that's entertaining to you.
That was very good. You're like,
His coach is very, very nice guy. His name is Israel Sanchez. He owned this place, and now they have closed this one because they couldn't afford it, unfortunately. But this place was, I mean, Israel Sanchez was playing at one point for the Mexico national team under U21, I think it was there at that time. And so he has been coaching and helping children, and Murtaza was helping them. They're basically teaching a lot of people from high school to college level, including some good soccer players, boys and girls that are playing in college and higher level. And then at the same time, this facility was there, and then Coach Israel Sanchez also the amputated men's national team coach there. He is doing volunteer jobs for those ones. He's a great man. So a lot of and these people are doing real work for real life to help others. And God bless you all. Take care. And if you enjoy these videos, I want you to share with other ones so we all benefit from it. Take care. Bye bye.
The greatest people are self-managing. They don't need to be managed. If they know what, if once they know what to do, they'll go figure out how to do it. They don't need to be managed at all. What they need is a common vision, and that's what leadership is. What leadership is having a vision, being able to articulate that so the people around you can understand it, and getting a consensus on a common vision. We wanted people that were insanely great at what they did, but we're not necessarily those seasoned professionals, but who had on at the tips of their fingers and in their passion the latest understanding of where technology was and what we could do with that technology.
So on this video, Steve Jobs is saying that there are great leaders that inspire other ones, and I believe that sometimes by knowing technology, and everything is at your fingertips, doing these kind of things on the fly, like an AI kind of person, a person that has a lot more details, information. So by sharing these kind of knowledges and going to documentation and reading more and more, you are going to get a lot of stuff. So for example, on my website, I told you that the direct path to Linux Ubuntu, I built a lot of documentation on Python. For example, if you're looking for PowerShell, for example, let's say on PowerShell, and then you go to this chapter, on this one, the whole Linux operating system, I'm doing it command line syntax that you can practice them and get them there, and then get the manual pages and run it on a browser. So you run PS3 power process stream 3 and get the output of it. Here's the command you clicked on, and here's the output dynamically runs on my system. And then at the same time, if you say, okay, run the date command here, and then it's going to run the date command and give you the date command output here. Similarly to just say run the calendar command, say calendar first 9070, and it's going to say the epoch calendar 9070. A lot of these information are not as easily available everywhere. You can run the manual pages for it, and you could say, give me a PWD command manual pages. You could type in any command here. I give you manual pages. At the same time, if you go to my main page and say direct Linux Ubuntu path, you say, give me like PowerShell command related. So you come in here on the topic. I gave you 66,000 technical documentation here on this page, whether it's Red Hat Ubuntu, about Red Hat Rock Linux is about 12,747, and then 11,000 for Rocky, 11,498, or Linux manual pages for Ubuntu, and then for PowerShell 7,000, and Windows. For Windows, even like you could just get the make directory command. I give you the PowerShell, PDF file, which you are not on a Windows platform. You're on a browser. You get the whole thing, and as if you type in on the command line, you type in get-help make dirt. This is that command, but I produce you to the output in PDF format here. All right. So this is for the not the get-help actually. This is on CMD help, and then say make dirt. So this is the command that I was showing you there. But you can also get it on PowerShell, which I show you later. Here you can also listen to the audio version of this one. Say, okay, generate an AI version.
Creates a directory, mkdir, drive, pathmd, drive, path. If command extensions are enabled, mkdir changes as follows. Mkdir creates any intermediate directories in the path. If needed, for example, assume a does not exist, then mkdir.
I'm gonna stop it, and then I go back here. I say that you can get PowerShell. You can click here, and then a lot of the 7,500 commandlet of PowerShell are here. For example, I showed you the get-host. You could just type in Control F and type in get-host here. It says that it matched here. So then you click on it, then I generate you a PDF version of the get-host on my server, and then you get the output here. So then you say, well, I learned it now. Great, that's I'm going to go to PowerShell and then say get-host, and I get the output here. At the same time, if you say get-host and then say out-rainbow, and then it gives you a different color, but out-rainbow, it's not working like laugh out loud cat. I mentioned on that other video that you could just get in colorful, but when you do out-rainbow, notice that the output get discarded out rainbow. It is just giving you one line system.management stuff. But if I do a directory and then say directory and then out dash rainbow, then it's going to give me that information in different colors here, similarly to laugh out loud cat. So a lot of these tools are different way of passing parameters and different arguments, and then on a PowerShell I could show you those ones, but I just show you these documentation that are here. So at the same time, if you just say, what about Red Hat? Like for example, I would go get documentation here. Yeah, you have about 12,000. So if you're looking for the command PS3 command that we used here, you can see process stream 3, and it tells you the whole detail here. Similarly, like if you're looking for like Python, to learn Python, you search for Python and 3.91 comes in. I give you the PDF file here, but at the same time, you could say search for HTTP as Control F, python.org, and then you could just go to python.org. Now I take you to python.org documentation and read more information here. Similarly, if you just say something like GCC and OpenECC and all of that one, you can just search Node.js or something, it's there. Control F and Node. And so you look on 205 and then Node.js, iNode is there. So you have to search this one, Node.1, this is the Node.js stuff, and you can see there. At the same time, you do Control F, HTTPS, and then it says now GitHub, and then the next one is nodejs.org or something. Right here, nodejs.org/API, application program interface is there. If you just go to the main one, nodejs.org, it's going to take you there. Then you go to documentation and get the files and everything. So I'm not going to go through a lot of these ones. Now you know what to do. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you subscribe to our channel and share the information to others. Take care. Bye-bye.